Hi, and welcome to the information session for Certificate 2 in Electrotechnology at TASTAFE. So why study the Cert 2 in Electrotechnology at TASTAFE? Qualification is a really good pathway into getting an apprenticeship within the electrotechnology field by providing you with the basic skills and knowledge for entry. It includes many industries within electrotechnology, or on the next slide. Our focus at TASTAFE is mostly on electrician. We can provide you with industry-based learning to increase your future training and job prospects. The industry and pathway opportunities after completing the Cert 2. So the occupations relevant, as I said, electrical, which is electricians. We have refrigeration, instrumentation, fixing gauges, telecommunications, something like Telstra or NBN, and electronics, fixing consumer or commercial electronics. Most of our units are cross-discipline units, so they're applicable to all of these regardless of our focus towards electrician. So what skills and attributes are going to help you succeed in the Cert 2? Reading, writing, and oral communication skills, the ability to write accurately in paragraphs, mathematical skills and a confidence working with numbers, knowledge of common scientific principles, sound digital literacy skills and access to devices and the internet, motivation, organization, and problem-solving skills. Motivation being the biggest one. Being in attendance in class is the most contributing factor to success. Willingness to contribute ideas and learn independently and with others. And basic hand tool skills. So all of these are supported by your teachers, and in any areas that need improvement, we'll either provide that support or direct you towards the support that you need to improve. So location, dates and times of the course. So we're offering the Cert 2 across 3 campuses across the state: Clarence in the south, Allan Vale in the north, and Burnie in the northwest. Clarence campus will be 21st of July to the 19th of November, 3 days a week on campus, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday from 8:30 till 4. Allan Vale will be from roughly the 27th of July to the 27th of November. Again, 3 days a week. There'll be 2 courses running, one of them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the other Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Burnie campus will be from the 27th of July to the 19th of November. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All the classes are 8:30 till 4. Course outcomes. What we want to do in the Cert 2 is give everyone an advantage into the job market. If you're applying for an apprenticeship and you've already got units from that apprenticeship, you've already demonstrated that you have the knowledge to go into that job, then you're going to have a huge advantage applying for apprenticeships. In saying that, it's an introduction to the electrotechnology industry and you're gaining hands-on experience as well. Within that, you'll get the skills to build an electrical circuit on your own, get that foundational knowledge to start an apprenticeship at Cert 3 level, and it's a pathway to continue studies and enhance career opportunities. There's work placement within the Cert 2, so that gives you that extra door of entry into apprenticeships. So entry requirements into the course. Luckily, there are no entry requirements for the course. However, we do have a bit of an expectation that you can at least read and interpret information on written job instructions. You can follow verbal instructions, use basic numeracy skills for undertaking measurements. We have an entire maths unit that will support the whole way through. As long as you know what numbers are and how they go together, then we should be fine. And be able to work alone or as part of a team. Some of the learning outcomes of the course. So through a mixture of theory and practical coursework, we learn how to use hand tools applicable to the electrical industry, identify and select correct electrical components and accessories, apply environmental and sustainable procedures, connect basic electrical circuits, solve issues with electrical equipment, and implement safe work practices. So as stated before, we have our 3 TASTAFE campuses that we teach the Cert 2 at. In the northwest, we have our Burnie campus. In Launceston area, we have Allenvale campus. And in the south, we have our Clarence campus. Now there it's got the Centre of Excellence for Water and Energy Trades, or the WET Centre. We don't actually run the Cert 2 out of there. That's mostly for Cert 3 students. We have a separate area, classroom and workshop that we use for Cert 2. So the structure of the Cert 2. It contains 13 units of competency. 8 of them are core units and 5 elective units. 4 of them are direct credit transfers into the Cert 3 apprenticeship for electrician. One of them being prepare to work safely in the construction industry, also known as white card. So that's an extra little qualification you get from the course. How you will learn at TASTAFE. So we do classroom face-to-face teaching using whiteboard and PowerPoints and in-class activities. We also have an online learning management system called Energy Space that we'll use to reinforce the learning that's been done in class. We also have our hands-on practical sessions, working in the workshop, doing metalwork, creating circuits, a lot of things that are useful for building skills for entry into an apprenticeship. Completing assessment tasks. So we have our 13 units of competency. Each one has its own assessments. To demonstrate competent in each unit, there's a theory element required that'll be done using Energy Space, doing an online quiz on the laptops. And there'll also be a skills test for each unit. Most of the units are assessed through a practical demonstration of skills. Some of them, it's more of a theory-based, but still a practical element to it. For example, filling out an invoice or a purchase order. There's a considerable amount of time that we schedule in for the practice and development of each skill. So you get time to practice it, and then we'll assess it later. So this course is part of the Fee-Free TAFE initiative this year. Fee-free places are limited and not guaranteed, so apply as early as you can once the registrations are open. The fee-free TAFE only covers the tuition fee, so actually studying at TAFE, and some other fees still apply. So aside from fee-free TAFE, the fee you pay at TAFE will depend on the course you choose and the level of government subsidy available. The fee-free TAFE and your tuition fees only cover the basic materials that we provide at TAFE. They don't cover items like textbooks. There's no uniform required. Online and resources, though, is required, and that's a $300 payment for Energy Space. So applications for the Cert 2 open on Wednesday, the 27th of May at 12 p.m. midday. So you can go to the TASTAFE website, go to the apply and enroll page to find out what you need to be ready to apply. We recommend creating a TASTAFE student account ahead of time so that you're ready to log in and apply as soon as it opens. If you already have a student account, make sure you remember the password, have a crack at logging in, and if you don't, reset your password and make sure you can get in. After you've submitted it, keep an eye on your emails so that you can see anything coming from us of whether we need anything else for your application or if you've been successful. Study Start is a free 4-day mixed mode or online course that students enrolled in any other TASTAFE course can enroll in before their main course starts. So you'll learn basic study skills, including time management, interpreting assessments, digital literacy skills, and that's all really helpful for any course that you're doing. It's free. It starts on Monday the 20th of July and goes until Thursday the 23rd of July. The Cert 2 in the South is starting on the 20th of July. However, because this is online, it can be done at night. So you can start the Cert 2 in the South if you're successful and still do this Study Start. So it can be done on campus at Burnie, Devonport, Launceston and Hobart during the day or online during the evenings. So go to the TASTAFE website, search Study Start to find out more about it. At TASTAFE, we want to do what we can to help you succeed in your course. And we offer foundation skills services, which is assistance with things like reading, writing, maths, computer skills, study skills, and workplace skills. We can provide either group training or individual tutoring. You can do this online or on campus. To find out more about it, if you're successful in the course, you can talk to your teacher, or you can call 1300 655 307 and ask about foundation skills services. We also have a range of student support services at TAFE. So if you need assistance or support during your time at TAFE, we have student counsellors, disability liaison officers, and Aboriginal support officers in each region. They can offer student services like advice about financial assistance, counselling, disability support, or pathway planning. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any more questions, you can send an email to our admin team at instrumentationelectrotech@tafe.tas.edu.au. Thank you.